Hi guys, Peter Rondo here with Sweet Adventures, where our goal is to sweeten your adventure. We sell coffee, fudge, recommend products, people, places, things, everywhere that we go. And we're here live in Colorado. I promise this is not a green screen, this is actually live, to talk about trailer brake issues. On the way here to Colorado, we experienced a trailer brake wiring fault. I believe it says trailer wiring fault on the truck. What will happen is something happens in the brake system, it shuts down the braking from the truck, and you have no trailer brakes. So we wanted to make sure that we fixed that before we got here to Colorado, because that would certainly not sweeten our adventure, falling off the edge of a cliff with our truck or whatever. So I'm going to run through 3 simple things that you can check if you're having similar issues, because we want to make sure that you get to your destination safely so that you can have a sweet adventure as well. The first thing is the simplest. It's the junction box in your tongue of your fifth wheel or your trailer, whatever it is. Wherever that junction box is that connects the 7-pin that you plug into your truck to your trailer, there should be some type of junction box. Mine's literally a metal junction box, like from Home Depot or Lowe's, that somebody used. Obviously they repaired it at one point, and I can take the cover off and I can check it. It's got a bunch of wire nuts in it. So that's the first thing I did, is I opened up the wire nuts, made sure all the connections were good, and resealed them. I plan to actually add a junction box where I can crimp on ring terminals, and it has the individual wires on there, so it's a little bit cleaner and you can see where the good connections are and where they aren't. I haven't done it yet, but I can show it to you. Alright, I personally plan to upgrade my junction box to this. It comes with a nice cover. As you can see, it's got the terminals for the ring connectors. I'm planning to crimp wires onto those, or crimp ring terminals onto these, and just tighten them down. And that way you can see where the good connections are and where they aren't. My issue wasn't actually in this spot, so I haven't done it yet, but may want to consider doing that if your issue is here. I'll put a link below for this. The next 2 spots aren't quite as easy as checking that one, but they're still fairly easy. The next one, where my issue was actually where the brake wires run through the axles. The story is that they can get frayed inside, pulled, turned, whatever. So that's actually where my issue was. So what I did is, there's not really an easy way to test, because the connectors that are on there are pretty permanent. They're supposed to come apart, but after, 5 years or whatever, they're pretty permanent. So I just cut mine off, and I actually just rewired it because I already had a spool of, I believe, 14 gauge wire already. So it was pretty simple. I rewired it with 14 gauge wire and the, I believe, Wago connectors, however you say it. They're lever nuts. I'll link both of those below. And I just ran them straight across the axle. I zip tied them right to the axle. And honestly, I ran out of zip ties on part of it and taped it to the axle. So I'll plan to go back and fix that at some point. Just make sure you do it one wire at a time so you're not mixing wires. It's pretty simple to do. The other place that I would look is inside the hub. So a lot of times, some of the manufacturers, they do different types of clip styles. One of them, they can actually come loose and rub against the brake inside the drum, and that creates a short. A good friend of mine, that's what happened to his brake. He replaced it with different hubs with better clips, and that solved his problem. So I hope this helps you guys a little bit, solving your trailer brake problems, so that you can continue on your journey to your sweet adventures.